right, so this question is dealing with exponents, and it's dealing with one of the rules that most people forget when we deal with exponents. So the common rules are if you have a common base and you multiply, you add the exponents, or if you have a common base and you divide, you subtract the exponents, or if you have some number to a power and that whole thing to another power, you multiply the exponents. But most people forget this rule here. And this rule says that a times b to the x is equal to a to the x times b to the x. And as an example, 10 squared equals 5 squared times 2 squared, because 100 equals 25 times 4. And 10 squared is obviously 5 times 2 squared. And so this shows that we can distribute the exponent. You can test this out with other numbers that you are comfortable with, but that's my favorite example to use. So when I look at this question, I see the equal sign here, and that tells me we have the same amount of stuff on the right as on the left because they're equal. And since both of these numbers are going to have ones on top of the fraction, that means that we're really comparing the bottoms of the fraction. And so what I've done in the second step here is I have multiplied the m and the 18 to the top and the bottom of their respective fractions. And now when we multiply this, because 1 to the m is going to be 1 and because 1 to the 18 is going to be 1, we have ones on top. We get 1 times 1 on top of the fraction and 5 to the m over 4 to the 18th on the bottom. Now 4 to the 18th is the same as 2 squared, which is 4 to the 18th. And our rules of it having a base with an exponent, all of it to an exponent, tell us that we should multiply and turn that into a 2 to the 36. And so instead of having 4 to the 18th here, we really have 2 to the 36th, which allows us to better compare with the left hand or the right hand side of this fraction, which, as you'll notice on the bottom, had 2 to the 1 times 2 to the 35, since we broke out the 10 to be 2 and 5 to the 35th power. When you have a common base and you're multiplying, you add the exponents. So this is going to end up being 1 over 2 to the 36th times 5 to the 35th. Now we have on the left-hand side a 2 to the 36. So those two are equivalent, which means the 5 to the m has to be equal to 5 to the 35th, which means that our answer for m is 35.